Booyah, booyah, booyah. Oh, put that leg up again.
All right, everybody, welcome. It is Tuesday. It's a new week. That means we have 3 open mics this week coming up. It's Tuesday. It's the Tuesday open mic. We're glad you're here to share this with us. Let's go around and find out who wants to perform and that kind of stuff. Devin, did you want to perform today, or are you watching?
Perform.
Got it. No problem. You got it. Leroy's always performing. Jim's performing. Swati, do you say your name's Swati or Swathi?
Swati.
Did you want to perform?
Yeah, perform.
You got it. Where are you located?
New Jersey.
You're in New Jersey. That's cool.
I like Swati. I like the way she said her name.
Oh, thank you.
Settle down, Leroy. Settle down.
I know.
Devin, where are you located?
I'm in Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. I like to figure out where everybody is because that's what I think is so cool about this. You know, everybody complains about doing stuff on Zoom, but I mean, we can see people from all over the world. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Richie Cunningham lived in Wisconsin.
Prakar, did you want to do some comedy?
Yes, I was hoping to.
You got it. Where are you located?
I'm from Göttingen, Germany.
Ooh, okay. Long way.
All right. Scott, did you want to perform today?
I
See
think
you,
I'll
Evelyn.
be ready on Thursday. I'm not quite ready.
Take your time. If you change your mind, just scream it up. Evelyn, did you want to do some time today?
Sure. I'm nervous, but I'll jump in anyway.
No problem.
We like when you're nervous.
Settle down now, Leroy.
Hey,
Please, the horniest old man you'll ever hear about. And Nicole, you want to do some time today?
Yes.
Yeah, all right.
All right.
Nicole, cool.
And Drew, you want to do some time today?
If there's room.
Was that yes?
If there's room.
If there's room. There's always room for you, bro. There's always room.
Always room.
Everybody, welcome. We got a packed house today, so we're going to go ahead and get the show started. It's going to be 3 minutes today because we have a lot of people. So at the 2 minutes, at the 2 minute point, I'm going to hold up the 1 minute left sign. And after that 1 minute goes up, I'm going to hold up, that's your time. You don't have to panic and immediately leave the stage, but you can finish your joke or finish your thought. However, if you keep rambling on, I will be forced to fade the music up because you're not paying attention to your audience. All right, Ying, you're doing time, right?
Yes.
I thought you were. Here's our order, everybody. It's going to go Devin, Jim, Swati, Prakar, Leroy, Ying, Evelyn, and Nicole. Did I skip anybody? Drew. Thank you, Drew. I skipped you, the one guy that I said, oh, I'll take care of you.
That would have been a good joke, though. That would have been a good
You
joke.
skipped the challenge word.
You guys want to do a challenge word today? Some people don't know what the challenge word is.
Hey, Nicole.
The challenge word is the comedian's challenge. What we do is we have a word that you have to try to insert into your show somewhere. It's a ridiculous, weird word. And you want to do it, Evelyn? You want to do that?
yeah, I want to do it.
All right. Cool. Evelyn wants to do it. Let me get my weird word. Where am I getting my weird word?
She's a good woman. She said, I'll do it.
Oh, Lord, I got to get you in my set, man, Leroy. You got to behave.
Yeah, you got to get me in your set.
May not be what you're hoping for.
All right, today's word. This is the comedian's challenge. Each person, if you want to take the challenge, you don't have to. It's just kind of fun. You can go ahead and put this word into your show. Today's word is Donnybrook. 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 And here's what it means. It means an uprising or melee or riot or argument. The sentence that they gave in the dictionary was, the dispute between the candidates had all of the makings of a passionate political Donnybrook.
I like that. Okay, we got
Like
it.
that Donnybrook, all right?
All right.
Try to work
Okay.
that in your show. It keeps you present, so you're not just focusing on a script. You're actually having a conversation with people because you actually have something in real time that you have to insert into your show. Try to not just yell Donnybrook. Try to actually use it creatively. Let's go ahead and get this thing started. Let's get it started. This is exciting.
Kevin, I'm sorry
Yeah.
to interrupt. How many minutes do we get? 5
We're doing-
minutes?
We're doing 3 today.
Just 3? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, weightlifters and the weightless. I don't care who you are. I don't care where you're from. I'm just glad you're here today spending time with us because we all need human contact. Make some noise! That was good. Your enthusiasm is infectious. I love it.
Oh,
Because I always hope that when my head turns red, when I do that everybody's going to react because my head turned red. All
Let me
right,
show
welcome
you.
everybody. It is the Greg Dean Stand-Up Comedy Tuesday Open Mic. It's my pleasure to be here today. I'm Kevin Comstock, and I'm also one of the teachers for Greg Dean Stand-Up Comedy classes. If you're late, make sure you bring a note. Okay. I'm gonna bring up our first comedian, ladies and gentlemen. This comedian invented the Mayan calendar, created an energy source from algae, and has a steel plate in his head. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Devin B.
Go ahead, Devin.
Hello, everybody.
oh.
What's
Give it
Devin?
up. Give it up for your host, everybody. Putting the energy out there, not an easy thing to do.
This is true. This is true.
Give it up for Leroy, everybody, proving that you can sexually harass people in multiple time zones at
Yes.
very impressive. Somebody's from Germany, right? So he's also doing it in multiple countries. So I think that's pretty, I haven't seen anything like that yet. So that's pretty cool. Kevin asked where I am right now. I am in Wisconsin, rural Wisconsin to be exact. I am staying with my wife's family, and it is not an easy adjustment. I grew up in Los Angeles. So from Los Angeles to rural Wisconsin is not easy. First of all, there are posters and billboards everywhere that are anti-abortion. Everywhere, every like couple miles, there's a giant billboard that's a picture of a fetus that says "I am a person," which I don't think it's very fair. I think if you live in rural Wisconsin, you should be entitled to as many ways of escape as possible, up to and including
That's good.
abortion. You know, when a woman has a miscarriage, it's a tragedy. But from the baby's point of view, it just might be the best option he has available, depending on where you are at any given time. It's a strange place here. Let's see. I was me and my wife just visited a place called Oshkosh, and we were visiting some friends, and it was a girl that she went to college with. We were hanging out, and we were about to leave, and she was offering us stuff, and she was like, can I give you any water? Can I give you any beer? Can I give you any weed? And I said, no, thank you. I can't have too much weed before I drive. Only later did I find out that she said cheese. So what she heard was, I can't have too much cheese before I drive. And what's insane is that she said, I know exactly what you mean. How much cheese do you have to eat before it affects your ability to operate heavy machinery? That's what happens here in Fairold, Wisconsin. And I think that's my time. Thank you for listening.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Devin, thanks for sharing with us, man. How is it in Wisconsin? Is it totally like, no, Wisconsin's pretty progressive, isn't it?
There are parts, it's a mixed bag. It's, They have two big cities, Madison and Milwaukee, but it also has like a very deep kind of labor union history. But it's also like the rural areas are incredibly conservative and pro-Trump. So it's a strange place.
They need a couple Leroy's.
I don't need to be on a soapbox today, but I'm not understanding how anybody likes Trump. I just don't get it. Somebody is giving people Kool-Aid. All right, I'll bring up our next performer. Ladies and gentlemen, our next performer is a stunt car driver, a puppeteer, and an entomologist. Put your hands together for Jimmy R. from Western Canada.
Jimmy R. Jimmy R.
This is Jimmy R., the old pirate from the west coast of Canada.
Yeah.
Thanks, Kevin, my new matey, for that balmy introduction. I feel like I owe you something. Maybe reamed up the ass with a pike pole or blowing ashore or something like that, Kevin. I don't know, but if you're ever making up here, we'll take care of some things. Everyone knows that while hanging on the cross, Jesus saved the thief. On one side of him. Took him to heaven, but what the hell happened to the other person on the other side? What was his crime? I asked a spiritual guru, I said, what the hell was that person's crime? And he said, well, he was a smart ass. Smart ass, there's no getting into heaven. So headlines this week from the Midwest, cows are out of a job. The price of milk has dropped. They've cut that. It's a real Donnybrook for those cows. Donnybrook.
Yeah, you said it. You made Leroy really happy.
Yeah, that's right. Thank God for justice. In the news recently, a criminal had a problem with his lawyer, so he killed him. So the judge just appointed a new lawyer. So he's okay. He's okay now. So Outdoors magazine, I was reading that they stated that breathing oxygen was good for your health. So if you're in the outdoors, breathing oxygen is a good deal. Are there any Trump supporters out there? Oh, quite a few. That's surprising, you guys. Well, the good news is Trump's miracle cure for the COVID was injecting hydrochloroquine. They spent over $20 million ordering that, and the unfortunate news is they only killed like 10 million Trump supporters. So, but they've gotten rid of all that crap now, thing. So, I don't know if anybody or I've mentioned it before, but I've had quite a drinking problem throughout my life. I don't seem to get any break. When I drank beer, I used to turn Indian. So I switched it. I switched up to tequila. Now I've turned Mexican, for Christ's sake. So anyway, a little more politically incorrect. There's a movement going on in Canada where we paint our crosswalks the rainbow colors. Unfortunately, it costs 10 times the regular price of a regular crosswalk. So there's a little bit of a throwback, but we've done some of that. But now they want the road signs where it says "Don't walk." They want that to have an erect penis. So they know that it's okay to walk. And so what's the "Don't walk" sign? Well, that's a penis that's kind of like wilted a little bit, sort of thing. So anyway, I got a feeling about Kevin coming up with a sign or something like that. How many people old guys farts? I was with my nephew the other day, my grandson, and he said, "Grandpa, did you fart?" And I said, No, old people don't have the ability to fart anymore. So I said, roll down the window on your side. And it's like, wait. So thanks a lot for my time today. Jimmy R. from.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jimmy R. It took us 3 comedians to talk about farting. That might be a record. I love it. All right, I'm going to bring up our next performer. This is exciting. Hi, Scott. Scott's in France. Good to see you, Scott.
Hey.
Hi, Spud. Hi, Spud. Spud's in blackface now.
Hey, man. How you doing?
Doing good. How you doing, Spud? Did you want to do some comedy or are you just visiting?
No, I'm just visiting. I'm just listening to some good comedy today.
No problem. Yeah. All right, then, Spud, I'm going to go ahead and bring up the next performer. Ladies and gentlemen, she's a Russian rap singer, a bass jumper, and a former parliamentarian. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Swati!
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. I don't know where you got that intro from, Kevin. It's all wrong. I'm going to introduce myself to you. India is a patriarchal society, which means it's very male dominated. Some 30 years ago, on 25th of April, a tragedy struck my family. My mom gave birth to me.
Oh,
2 years later, another tragedy struck. My mom gave birth to my sister. Having two girls in a patriarchal family means you lose more money than you make. My dad would have been better off buying lottery tickets. Basically, my sister and I were scratch-offs. I grew up in a joint family in India. Any idea what that means?
Oh.
No, we didn't make marijuana cigarettes. You think of that? Joint family is an extended family where your dad's parents, his siblings, and their families live in one house. In America, that loosely translates as the haunted house. Because it was scary. You know why? We were 13 of us in the same house. 13 is an unlucky number, but when you have 13 in your family, it's just fucking nuts. My dad, his parents, his two younger brothers, their families, my mom, my sister, and I. My family was bigger than the old TV sitcom, the Brady Bunch. We were a lot crazier too. So I called ourselves the Wacky Bunch. We sure were a bunch of high-spirited people. We love to have plenty of food, drinks, skeletons in the closet. The good side of the family was the skeletons didn't stay in the closet for too long. Because when we fought so loud, all our neighbors heard us. So we finally decided to move our fights inside the house. Most grandfathers are fragile. My grandfather was muscular. He was a weightlifter. He was healthy all his life, but he died of natural causes. Some weights fell on him. It's been 16 years since my grandfather died. My family is still in court over inheritance, which proved my grandfather's belief: where there's a will, there are fights. The word was Danny Brooks, right? So my family had all the trappings of Danny Brooks. Okay.
There you go. She did it. Give her a round of applause. She worked Donnybrook into the show. Show.
Thank you for having me, guys.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Swati from New Jersey. We got an international show. It's an ecumenical show. It's a proctology show. It's whatever show you want to have today. All right. Let's bring up the next performer. Oh, I'm so excited. You guys feel the energy? It's alive in here. I feel it. Scott feels it. You gave me the double thumbs up. It feels good to be able to move on because Scott gave me the thumbs up. Okay, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, this next performer builds homes from plastic bottles, trains dolphins, and is a Rhodes Scholar. Put your hands together for Prakar in Germany.
Okay, so I actually wrote all of this for Germans, but I believe it generally applies to the people in White Hemisphere.
Oh my God.
So, I mean, I know that people in the White Hemisphere are really high on political correctness. So let me add a disclaimer before this performance. It's not going to be a politically correct set of jokes. So if anyone here cannot take jokes on crime, death, sex, just mute me, okay? All right. Now, I know some of you guys are thinking, why was sex on that list? Sex is not offensive. Is it not? Have you ever told a feminist what you really think of when you masturbate? Because I did that once. And man, I got so scarred by that. To this date, even in my imagination, I ask for consent. Okay, so I'm a brown guy living in a white country, so I clearly love to masturbate. Probably not as much as Louis C.K. though, but I love it. I love it so much that there have been times where I could have engaged in sexual intercourse, but I instead chose to masturbate to the thought of all the sex I would have gotten otherwise. I love it. I just love it. It's almost like a superpower, because you can think of any woman from anywhere on this planet and just have sex with her. It's just thought and sex. Maybe it's your crush from work that you never had the courage to talk to. Thought, sex. Or maybe it's the checkout clerk at your nearest supermarket who smiled at you for a little longer than she should have. Thought, sex. Or maybe it's just maybe it's your sister. Okay, hold on. It's not headed the way you think it is. Maybe it's your sister who invited a hot friend home for dinner. But the friend didn't turn up, so now it's really just you and your sister. Thought, no sex. No sex. And the thing is, they don't even have to be real women. I have the superpower to create women just so I can have sex with them. And I create some really good women. I mean, none of you real women would ever be able to compete with the kind of women I go on dates with. And it's not just that they're physically hotter. Oh no, they have a personality, they have likes, they have passion. In fact, one of these women was so passionate about her job, she didn't even want to waste time in taking things to the bedroom. We had sex right on the office table just so that she could get back to work immediately after. That's my superpower. As opposed to the power I have in real life, wherein I can meet any woman and then hurt her feelings. Have you ever felt that you had more chances of getting laid with a woman if she did not know you? And somehow you need to overcome the barrier of your existence in order to get laid, like transcend through your existence. By the way, that's totally how Buddhism started. It was just a bunch of Indian guys going, dude, this material existence is not getting laid. We really need to figure that spiritual shit out. Okay, thank you. That's my time. That's all I have.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Frank are sharing with us from Germany. What time is it in Germany right now?
It's 9:22 p.m.
Nice. It's 9:22 there. He's in the future.
That's a
Isn't that
German. That's a
weird?
German answer. It is 9:22. That's right.
All right, I'm going to keep it going. We are going to the ODB of the show. Ladies and gentlemen, he paints murals of chickens. He can recite anything from Shakespeare by memory, and he can cook an 8-course meal using only 1 potato. Ladies and gentlemen, Leroy Laws! You're muted!
Wait, it's better though. It's better that way.
Leroy, you're muted. Uh-oh, I think we're hitting the over 40 curve right here, the over 50 curve. The over 50 learning curve. Everybody over 50 has basic problems with the most basic electronics. Leroy, I'm going to come back to you, all right? You keep working on it over there. This is like the air brakes of comedy. I'm going to get the show going, so I'll bring somebody else up. All right? I'm coming back to you, Leroy. I haven't forgotten about you. All right, let's bring up the next person. Ladies and gentlemen, this next person, she's the political strategist for the Green Party, a champion at ballroom dancing, and works on the weekends as a welder. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Ying!
Hello, everyone. Happy to be here again. Yes, my name is Ying. I'm looking for Yang. Anybody here? Okay. I live in Spokane, Washington for 26 years. Yeah, just to prove I'm not a tourist. Okay. but originally I was from China, guys. So you can tell I speak very heavy Alabama accents, y'all. Bless your heart, y'all.
Y'all.
Another thing about me is I was a single mother, became single mother. You know, after I became a single mother, one thing I noticed in all the comics talk about single woman, single mother. All they're looking for is a dick. You know, they don't care. It's not good look, just any dick. So I'm telling you, that's not what I find out. You know, after I became single again, right? All of a sudden, I found myself, I couldn't open jars. All right, I can't open it, you know. So for 6 months, spaghetti's out. So by Christmas time, my coworker bought this for me, you know, as a Christmas gift, and she called it Mr. Husband. So after I got this, Mr. Husband, now I can open jars. So spaghetti's back. You know what I'm saying? So I tell you, all that a single mother looking for dick pic, that's some bullshit. So I'm gonna have a Donnybrook moment. All right,
Donnybrook. Donnybrook. Yeah,
Donnybrook. So
pretty good.
As a single mother, second thing I find out was all of a sudden I had this king size bed all for myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm rolling around and couldn't sleep. It just like kind of like that leg on my tummy always missing. So one night I just grab a pillow for some reason and tuck it in. All of a sudden I can sleep. So I tell you, over the years I developed a system of pillows, 4 pillows, 2 on each side. So now I sleep as a baby. Okay. So even my son got that. So he had to sleep with pillows. So that's my Mr. Husband number 2. And did I mention? Okay, that's 3 minutes. Gosh, I haven't talked about the abortion.
It's so hard to do 3 minutes, but it's also good for us to know what 3 minutes is and what our best 3 minutes is.
Okay.
Good job, Yang, ladies and gentlemen. Yang, Spokane, Washington. She's from Spokane, man. Spokane, where the most famous celebrity is Bigfoot.
Yeah.
That's Ying's joke. I didn't write that joke. That's Ying's joke.
Yeah, that's my joke.
All right, let's get this. Let's keep the show rolling. Leroy, you got unmuted?
Oh yeah, I'm unmuted. Oh yeah.
All right. Yeah, I muted you. You had a lot of background noise earlier, so I had to mute you. So, and just for everybody, if you guys have a lot of background noise, just expect I'm going to mute you. Don't be all sad. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, this next performer actually escaped from Alcatraz. He makes custom cabinetry from leftover meat and was a U.S. Senator from Oklahoma. Ladies and gentlemen, Leroy Laws.
Hey, this is the old nasty bastard. And I'm pissed off today. I saw something recently. It is about this Sleeping Beauty bullshit because of this Me Too movement. They're saying that they should redo all these nursery rhymes because Sleeping Beauty was asleep. She did not give consent to be kissed. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? It's a nursery rhyme. I said, okay, so we want to deal with the nursery rhymes. Here we go. Snow White was a fucking hoe, because she fucked 7 little dwarfs. By today, they're called little people, but she fucked 7 little dwarfs. Now, there was Dopey. He was so stupid that she stood butt naked in front of him, and he couldn't figure out what to do. But he fucked her. And then there was Bashful. He was so scared because he had a little dick. But guess what? He fucked her too. Okay, there was Sleepy. Sleepy couldn't stay awake. But when he did wake up, he fucked her too. Okay, there was Doc. Now, Doc was a gynecologist. So he knew everything about the pussy. And he had a big dick and a long tongue. And he fucked her too. And there was Happy. Happy, he got to fuck her first. So he really was happy. And then there was Sneezy. Sneezy wasn't too happy because the pussy wasn't fresh. It was stinky. But he fucked her as well. And the last one was Mr. Grumpy. He was pissed off because he got sloppy sevens. He fucked the last. As a matter of fact, he came up with this Donnybrook because he was totally pissed off.
Yeah, Donnybrook.
And that's my time. Me too. Yeah, me too. We fucking everybody.
Everybody has the Me Too movement. I'm looking for the Me Next movement. I am. All right. Thank you, Leroy. Man, we just learned a whole lot about the 7 dwarfs. They're little sluts.
They sure are.
that
No,
dwarfs
she's the
were
slut.
She's a slut too. All of them. Who's waiting in line to be number 7? I mean, Grumpy is stupid. He's not, they should call him Grumpy. They should call him Dumbass. And on that, I'm going to get our next performer up. Ladies and gentlemen, she's the mayor of Rancho Cucamonga. She enjoys making puff pastries and can whistle in 6 languages. Put your hands together for Evelyn!
Go in, Evelyn.
Hey, everybody. Oh, man. I was wishing, I was like, how come Leroy's mute wasn't working before? Oh. Oh, it's nice to be here. Nice to know that I'm in a sexual predator friendly space. You know, like, hey, sexual predators' lives matter too. I'm telling you. But, you know, people often say that I look familiar. And I'm like, yeah, I'm what Barbie would look like if she let herself go. So my name is Evelyn. And have you ever noticed that the name Evelyn in TV and movies is always the weird aunt, which perfectly describes my fashion style.
My aunt is Evelyn.
Right? I rarely meet another Evelyn, but when I do, I always feel strangely competitive. In my head, I imagine a High Noon or a Donnybrook for weird ants, where we fling our 1950s headbands at each other. I know I look like I just came off a farm from Oklahoma, but I'm actually from New York. Once you talk to me, though, you'll see I'm from New York because I'm blunt. I'm so blunt, even when I talk to myself, I get offended.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Last week, I got so offended, I didn't talk to myself for a week. I was like, it's too much, girl. You guys, anybody here remember Groupon?
Yeah.
You guys remember Groupon? Yeah. I still get notices from them. This week, buttock implants were on sale for $2,000. I was like, my buttock implant cost $5.99. Haagen-Dazs. Like a no-brainer. Okay, so clap if you've gained weight in the pandemic. Anybody? 1 minute left. All right. Clap if you've tried any kind of diet. Anybody? Yes. Okay. I would ask you more, but I don't have enough time. Anyway, I'm just going to say that in the pandemic, I've been doing my own version of Weight Watchers, which is I eat, then I gain weight, and I watch it. Thank you guys so much. That's my time.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, Evelyn! Thank you for sharing, Evelyn. She even worked Donnybrook into it. I love it.
Yeah.
This is crazy, man. You know what? You guys should actually be really, really happy right now. Because this lineup, this show lineup, doesn't exist anywhere else in the world.
This is true.
This is the only place you're going to see it right here. Everybody's lucky because of that. I'll bring up our next comedian, ladies and gentlemen. She has a collection of chainsaws, a pet chipmunk, and is the foreign minister of Pakistan. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Nicole.
All right, Nicole. Okay, Nicole.
It's amazing what talents and things I have, Kevin. It's just every time I'm here, I just add on. But anyway, so is everybody here single, married? I'm not sure.
Married.
Divorced.
One person's proud. And then over here, okay. You know, so it's always interesting when you talk to single versus married people, right? Like when you talk to somebody who's married, you might say like, how long you been married or where did you meet? But when you talk to a single person, you're not like, how long you been single for? Or
right.
Why are you crying? A lot of my friends that are in relationships, I find like to spoon after sex, but not me. I prefer to be forked. I'm in New Jersey now. I was in New York for like 18 years. And I swear to God, one of the things I do not miss is calling. I mean, this one guy, we definitely got into a Donnybrook. It was not good. So I'm walking down the street and this guy's like, hey there, graham cracker, looking for his tall glass of milk. I'm like, honey, you better keep on looking because I'm only 5'4" and lactose intolerant. And then this other guy, I'm walking down the street again another time and I'm wearing a fur vest. And he's like, hey, look at you. Is that European fox? I'm like, no, American beaver. Well, actually, part Brazilian. Have a nice day. I mean, it was nice, I gotta say. Over here, I got called, I was walking down the street, I get called ma'am the other day. Ugh. Seriously, little tip, gentlemen, unless you're in the military or from the South, you don't like it. I prefer to be called Miss. I'm about 85 years old. Then once my mustache grows in, then you can call me sir. Anyway, thanks so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, Nicole with the funky Nichole spelling. We heard about that last time she was here. She told us how her parents named her the most difficult way to spell it. All right, this is so exciting. I haven't had this much fun since I was at the dentist. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's bring up our next performer. He's a reality TV star, a Walmart security guard, and a Nobel Prize winner. From New York, Drew Beekler.
Hi, Drew.
Hello. And my girlfriend. Look at her. She's cool. Guys, I want to be the coolest person I possibly can be. That's why very recently I decided I was going to get my first tattoo. And I got my first tattoo. I put it on with the water and a little paper towel all by myself. It was pretty great. But I was like, what should I get? What should be a cool thing I should get? I always thought those teardrops on people's faces, coolest thing in the world. And the thing is, my friend told me, he goes, hey, you have to kill someone in order to get one of those things. And I said, I think you can just go to the tattoo place. It's not like they're going to check. That would be weird if they did. You get there and you're like, I'll have a teardrop. Okay, they're like, okay, sign here. If you're under 18, make sure legal guardians has you sign here and prove it. Like that would be the worst way to go to jail. You're in there, like, oh, what'd you get? How'd they catch you? They were on a 45-day manhunt for me. They made a 45 episode Netflix documentary about it. Check it out. How'd you get caught? Oh, I had a Polaroid of me doing a little peace sign next to a dead body and gave it to a tattoo artist. Like if anyone in a tattoo artist place ever asked you to prove something, that's not a tattoo artist. That's a cop. It's a weird sting operation. You need to get the hell out of there. But I got my first tattoo and I was very excited because I got something that means a lot to me. And I think every tattoo should mean a lot to a lot of people to you. It means a lot to me, but I also think you should make sure your tattoo doesn't look like a fidget spinner. Because that's all people will think it is. Like the first person who saw it on the day I got it was a 7-year-old. And she looked at me and was like, hey, is that a fidget spinner on your arm? And I'm like, I wouldn't get anything that nerdy or dorky. It's the flux capacitor from Back to the Future. It's the thing that makes time travel possible. That's right. She asked me right afterwards. She goes, hey, how do you feel about it looking like a fidget spinner? I said, I don't know. How do you feel about your generation not growing up without any natural resources? Yeah, I've aerosol all day. Every fire that's ever been started in the forest was me. I will burn this motherfucker down to ruin your generation. And I'll just end on this, Leroy. And I'm glad that your shirt matches your personality. Very loud. Thank you guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, Drew.
I like that.
Drew, it's always great to hear from you. You doing shows out there, live shows?
Yep. I'm doing like 7 or 8 a week out here now.
That's a good amount too. You know, that's why I like this room, because I can do 10 shows in a day.
We're at like full capacity now as of today, I believe. Full capacity inside for clubs. It's up New York.
Oh, really? I need to bring my ass up there.
Yeah.
No, you don't. Stay where you are. You crazy son of a bitch.
Neil, you want to do some time today or just hanging?
Sorry, me?
Yeah, Neil.
I'll have a go. I'll little something.
All right, let me get an intro for you. Ladies and gentlemen, this next guy is a ballet instructor, a vacuum cleaner salesperson, and makes homemade candy canes. Put your hands together for Neil!
Hi, Neil.
Thank you. Hello all. Well, Scott, first of all, I'd like to start with an apology for Scott because he's French, lives up the road from me. So I'm just going to, maybe give the French a bit of a rib in here. I've lived in France for the last 15 years, which is quite ironic. I used to skip French lessons at school. So you can assume that after 15 years, I'm fluent in French after all that time. And you would be wrong. It takes British dedication to not speak a foreign language. It's children who absorb languages like sponges, the same as they do with money. You can move to France, throw a kid into a new school. I don't mean like physically, like over the wall. And they will come home at the end of the day and will be speaking and shrugging like a local. we should take French lessons off the English curriculum, in my opinion. Kids aren't learning a language, they're learning an attitude. God, you know what so you say to them, have you had French lessons today? And they go, I might have had. Here's your tea. Don't get it down your turtleneck jumper. What is this? Oh, it's your favourite. It's Dairy Leon toast. Oh my God, it is disgusting. You English disgust me with your disgusting food. I must have some camembert drizzled with truffle oil. When you start paying the bills, young man, you can have your pretentious French crap. Until such time, just eat it. I'm going on hunger strike. But they are difficult as a nation. They strike over everything, as Scott knows. I mean, recently, I don't know if you know this, Scott, but the bus drivers went on strike over a new uniform that had close-fitting trousers. They should be like the Italians who should go on strike if the trousers aren't tight enough. Fortunately for me, my wife is fluent in French, so she does all the talking. I say absolutely nothing. I mean, our neighbours even asked if I was a mute. No, he's just an idiot. Occasionally I get caught out on my own like a stray dog, and the postman says to me, "Give this to your wife," and he repeats it again and again, like giving me that Gaelic stare. And I'm on my own and nobody to help me. And like the dog, I can't hold his gaze. You know, I keep looking away every time he looks at me, thinking, oh, please go away. Just leave me alone. Because if he doesn't go away soon, I'm going to bite him. I'm so dependent on my wife translating. Even in restaurants, she has to tell me what's on the menu, but she does it really slowly in English. You can have lasagna or cheeseburger. And the waiter he talks to me while he's rolling his eyes in my direction. And all I pick up from him, the words, le cheeseburger pour Forrest Gump. I tried learning as an adult. I used those CDs by Michel Thomas. He was an Austrian guy who lived in Germany during the war and then escaped under the cloak of darkness to England, where he... thank you very much. You'll have to come back and listen to the rest of it another time. My name's Neil. Thank you. And sorry, Scott.
Oh, you arrogant bastard.
I love when people pick fights on different continents. Oh, you know, you guys are both on the same continent.
We're in the same country.
We are.
Yeah.
And I'm Portuguese. I don't care.
Nice.
Well, you know what I mean then, Scott.
Well, this has been absolutely fabulous. Let's talk about what we learned. You learn a lot here if you follow our open mics. We learned about international sexual harassment and too much cheese for driving. We learned about drinking tequila makes you Mexican and rainbow crosswalks are expensive. We learned that a joint family is not weed. They live under one house. We learn that there is a white hemisphere in the world, and that a brown guy in a white country probably masturbates. We learn about a single mom looking for dick. We learned that Snow White was a hoe. We also learned that that predators have a safe space in this open mic, and I don't know what the other one. I can't read my writing. And then we learned about Brazilian beaver and fidget spinner tattoos. And if a tattoo artist ever asks you to prove that something, it means he's a cop. We learned that French is not a language, but it's an attitude. Is he a mute or an idiot? I don't know. Ask his wife. We'll all find out some other time. Hey, guys, I had a great time today. I hope you guys had fun, too. We're here 3 days a week. Don't forget to check our website, GregDeansStandUpComedy.com. You can see we got a lot of classes and stuff coming up. On behalf of everybody at Greg Deans, I want to say thank you. We'll see you next time.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, Kevin.
Thank you, Kevin. Bye.
Thank you,
Well done.
Thanks, Kevin.